Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Transformers Masterpiece 32 Beast Wars Optimus Primal. And after this review, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. As for Masterpiece 32, here he is in the packaging. Here you can see pictures of both the Beast mode and the Robot mode on the front, as well as Transformers Masterpiece. Here, the Beast Wars logo on top and the Japanese version below it. And for some reason it says Beast Wars 2 in this corner. On the top it says Transformers Masterpiece and Masterpiece 32 again. On the sides you can see Optimus Primal in his robot mode and his beast mode. And on the bottom here's some Japanese I don't understand. On the back here you can see pictures of the beast mode and the robot mode again. Here you can show off the interchangeable faces, swords, the cannons that pop out of his back, and his arms. Well, that's it for the packaging. Now let's get this guy open and see how cool he actually is. Okay, now here is Optimus Primal opened up and out of his packaging. As you can see, he is very accurate to the way he appeared in the Beast Wars cartoon. It looks very close to the 20th anniversary version of the Ultra Class Optimus Primal toy. Now this toy isn't as big a leap in design as, say, a Masterpiece toy and its G1 counterpart, but nonetheless there are some definite improvements with this figure. I really do like this head sculpt, very accurate to the TV show, just like the 20th anniversary one. Looks as accurate, if not better, than the 20th anniversary one. I do like the shiny blue head, the antennas on the sides, the nice white crest here. I do like the nicely molded faceplate with the mouth in the middle. Really do like this chest. Usually when Hasbro makes an Optimus Prime toy and the chest is not the standard window chest design, I usually like it, and this is no exception. I really do like this chest design. I like the circle here, these wing things here. I do like the vents right here. So all in all, I really do like this chest design, preferable to the standard window plated chest design Optimus Prime figures usually have. I like the shape of these shoulder pads, which look pretty cool. Do like the shape of this forearm. Really do find it more aesthetically pleasing than the 20th anniversary arms, which I guess were mostly just kind of long because he turned into a gorilla. As for the legs, I really do like the shape of this leg and the piston coming out here. Do like this shiny foot. Now as for the thighs, this is part of his robot mode. It's white and it's red. It still looks kind of organic to me, but on a Beast Wars figure, I think it looks okay. I do like this shiny belt right here with the blue circles, which look pretty cool. So all in all, Masterpiece Optimus Primal is probably the best looking version of Optimus Primal to date. I do like the newly molded arms, the newly molded legs, and I really do like the chest design that's different from the standard window plate chest that Optimus Prime figures usually have, and I do really think they did justice with this head sculpt, which looks a lot like the 20th anniversary one and is probably more accurate or just the same as that toy. Now as for the paint job, it's a lot different from the 20th anniversary one in that it's not a molded fur, it's a painted fur on the figure. Now, I do have mixed feelings about this. I do like the flatter texture, but what I don't like is how it's got some white spots showing up here, like on the shoulder, at the arm, legs. And right here on the back. Makes me think that when they were building this in the factory, they must have handled this toy after painting it and some of the paint got picked off. So I do have mixed feelings about the paint job, but it certainly would have been better than the 20th anniversary one if this figure was painted correctly all the way through. Now, as for the articulation, arms do rotate the full 360 degrees. They go up about that much due to the shoulder pad. Elbows bend about 135 degrees. Head does rotate. Don't be scared of rotating this. It is technically stiff, but should turn around after some push. It's usually easier after the first time. And waist can rotate the full 360. You can do the splits. The knees can bend, fold all the way around. All the way back, I mean. Now, I really don't like this gap right here. I would have more preferred it if they put the red part right here on the bottom part of the leg. I mean, I still wouldn't like any gap that shows up right here because of this red part being placed down here, but I wouldn't mind it nearly as much when I bend the leg. And I do like how it's got this piston right here. Now, unfortunately, it's the whole piston that comes down. It would have been cool if you had this gray part slide out of this red part, but still, this motion does look pretty cool nonetheless. Does tilt up and down, pivot side to side. So you can get them to stand without too much trouble. So all in all, I think the robot mode looks great. I've got mixed feelings about the paint job, mainly because they tried to do paint instead of black molded fur, and it ended up having some gray spots picked off the paint for some reason. But the design I do really like, very accurate to the CGI cartoon. They really did justice to the character. I do like the newly shaped arms and the legs. I like the shape of the shoulder pads. I really do like the different designed chest. And I really do like the head sculpt, very accurate to the TV show, very much like the 20th anniversary toy, and probably more accurate to the cartoon than that 20th anniversary figure. And again, I do like how they tried to give a cool design for Optimus Primal's chest when they made the cartoon back in the 90s, rather than just the standard window-plated chest design that most Optimus Prime figures have. I really do like this, and they captured it really well in the Masterpiece figure. Now, to get it transformed into Beast mode, I'm done talking about robot mode right now. What I do is take the swords out of the hands. Now, as far as I know, there's no way to store those in Beast mode. They could store in robot mode like this. Oddly enough, this causes the blade to be near the leg. I'm not sure why it couldn't have been more like this, although that causes some parts to collide. Let's see. Now what you want to do is the arms out. That makes this a lot easier. Get these pieces on the side. Move them like that. Out, move them out to the sides. What you do is get this chest down. Although this belt piece is getting in the way. Maybe it might be easier to just transform the legs first. These feet out. Rotate this heel. Bend the feet back like this. Turn this around. You want to rotate this piece up. Try to get it up like that. Well, before you do that, you might want to get this part of the foot down to cover those pistons. This chest piece out, turn it around, get it to go back down. Then what I do is wiggle this chest piece out from inside. It's hard to show on camera. Basically get this piece out. Get this down. This becomes the belly, oddly enough. Since in the cartoon, I think the chest piece was the head. It was also like that on the original Optimus Primal toy, all the way up to the 20th anniversary version. But on this figure, the head is actually below the robot mode head. Rotate this up. Not sure how to do this. My friend Paul makes it look easier when he did his video review. It looks like I made a mistake. You might want to keep this belly out. You could rotate the head up, the gorilla head up, put the chest piece down. The head down. This chest right here. This chest piece in here. I'm going to rotate the back piece and get these thrusters rotated out so the fur shows up. And now here is Optimus Primal in his beast mode. Now as you can see, it's newly improved face sculpt, much more accurate to the CGI model than the 20th anniversary version, which I guess is mostly not or slightly altered from the original Optimus Primal toy, which came out in the 90s. Really do like this face sculpt. Really do like the expression on it too. It does come with two more, right here and right here. You can pull this out. Put another one back in. Which is pretty cool. Really do like how it's shiny in the middle of the chest. See, you do still kind of see the robot mode right here. And on the back of the figure. And like my friend Paul said in his video, that's kind of inevitable since it's difficult to hide the robot mode parts completely in the beast mode. But I'm impressed with that they hit as much as they did. And unlike the 90s toy, you actually do get well articulated legs with this. while keeping most of those robot mode legs hidden. See, there's clearly more fur right here. The legs look shorter. We do like this gorilla mode. It does look different enough from the robot mode that I do actually like it as a gorilla. I do like these newly shaped. I do like the shape of the legs in gorilla mode, like how larger the thigh is and the shins below it. The back, they pretty much hit everything well, like the thrusters and such. Now, as for the articulation, it's basically the same, except you can't really bend the knees or anything like that. These are basically just the same arms. You could rotate legs that much. Still have some really good foot articulation. Now, you can't actually... Hold on. Pull the crotch piece downward to give it more articulation. Pretty sure the hinge was on the back, so I'll just pull it down like so. And now you can more easily move the legs. Sort of get it in a more gorilla-like pose, like so. There's a butterfly joint, so you can get these arms to go down even more. So all in all, I do like the beast mode. Very accurate to the CGI cartoon. Really love the newly improved face sculpt right here, which I like a lot. And I am impressed that they hid as much as they did of the beast mode, the robot mode, while still giving us some decent articulation with the figure. And the arms retain all the articulation they had, since they're basically the same arms as the arms that robot mode used. Now to get this guy back into robot mode. Well, first thing we did, I want to get the arms out again, just to make it easier. Pull the back piece out, rotate it around. Chest piece out. It's usually kind of difficult. Get enough clearance for that. Head to rotate all the way around. Sure what the problem is this time. Okay, now I think I've got it. Head down here. Get this belly or robot mode chest piece out a little bit. Push this chest piece in. Get this up. Hold on, I was in the right position before. Might want to rotate this for, get one of the thruster pieces out. Now there's this tab right here, goes into this slot right here. Do that on the other side as well. Get the chest piece out. Rotate it around. Push this in. Rotate these white parts so the red is showing. this piece down. This foot up. Do the same on the other side. This down. That piece in there. Move part in front of the pistons. Up. Feet out. Robot feet out. These feet fingers in. Flip this heel out. That helps it stand. Let's see. Rotate. And now here's Optimus Primal back in his robot mode. Now he does come with two swords. I really do like how they painted these, and that they're just not one color like the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal had. And I think the 20th anniversary one, even that one, it was just mainly one in color. It was one color. Going in his hands right here. I don't like how the tabs in the arms, when they connect with the slots, the tabs in the handle, when they connect with the slots in the hands, the connection is kind of weak, and that you have to close the fingers so you can get a secure hold on his swords. Really should have made the swords fit tighter in his hands, especially since these fingers feel a bit more loose than his other fingers on his other arm. I'm glad they included his swords, which I do feel like are his signature weapon in the CGI cartoon. He also has thrusters on the back, as shown when I transformed him. These can also flip up to become his shoulder cannons, which I really do like. That we have thrusters like the CGI cartoon, but they become the shoulder cannons just like the previous Optimus Primal toys had. I think that's a nice touch they included with the Masterpiece. And I am excited that we do actually get good looking thrusters on the Optimus Primal toy. The previous Optimus Primal toys, these just had some spring-loaded gimmick and they just go onto his shoulders. There really was no way you could keep these down and have the thrusters exposed to look like he had these, make it look like he had this jetpack because he could fly in the CGI cartoon. And I really do like how we finally got like arm cannons coming out of the sides of his arms, rather than just his arm turning into, one of his arms turning into the cannon. Which is probably the feature I most look forward to on this figure. Now he does have some, from what I hear, he does have some light up eyes. I haven't put batteries in this yet, but I hear it's a feature in the head, which makes it difficult for the head to rotate. Now don't be afraid, it does take a bit of a push to rotate his head, but it does go around. What's kind of difficult due to the electronics inside. It's usually easier to rotate after the first time you rotate the head. Now, again on the paint, I really don't like how there are some white spots on this figure. I really wish they could have done better with the quality control right here. And I don't think the nubs, when they cut the parts out of the runners, were taken off correctly. As you can see, there's still parts of the nub showing right here on the shoulder, although it's not clear, shown very clearly. And again, it becomes apparent when you do see the white spots where the nubs should be on the figure, which I really don't like. And you can even see some paint errors in the face sculpt right here. I really don't like how there's this blue showing up right here on the head sculpt, right here on the faceplate, and right here on the corner. Not sure if it's easy to see on in this video, but it is there. It's even apparent on the other faceplates it comes with. Here you can see is the faceplate. I really don't like how it's got this sort of greasy looking metallic paint right here. Hold on. Looks like I'm not going to get a clear shot of that. It's also a problem on this faceplate. I mean, there's some blue paint right here, and I just can't get a clear out of it. But there's some blue paint right here, which I don't like. I'm not sure if that's, you guys can clearly see it on your guys' side when watching this video, but it is there. So all in all, while the Masterpiece toy does improve on the 20th anniversary Optimus Primal toy, I really am not too happy with the paint job on this figure. Do really wish they wouldn't have had all these white spots over the figure, which make me think that when they were putting this figure in the factory, these spots were created when they tried to pick up this figure while the paint wasn't fully dried. And some of the faceplates were miscorrectly painted. But besides that, I really do love this new design for Optimus Primal. Again, I do like the chest design he had in the CGI cartoon. Do like the accurate head he has right here on the figure. Really do like the shape of his shoulder pads, and I really do like the new shape of his arms and his legs. And the newly engineered Masterpiece design really gives it a better beast mode. You do get better articulation with it in gorilla mode than you did with the original Optimus Primal toy. I liked how you can move its legs without exposing too much of the robot mode, and I really do love the new show accurate head sculpt in his gorilla mode. I think that looks fantastic. The only kind of minor gripe I might have is I think the proportions of this figure are a bit wide. I think it might look better if this were a bit taller, but that's probably just me. And again, this robot mode does look great. I only have a gripe with some minor errors in the paint job, but overall, this is a very cool looking robot mode for Optimus Primal. Definitely an improvement over the 20th anniversary Optimus Primal. And you get a newly improved beast mode as well. Now this does cost about $100 or a little over that at most online retailers. But if you're a big fan of Beast Wars or want a really cool Optimus Primal figure, do recommend picking this up. This is about the same size as that 20th anniversary one. Probably about Voyager Ultra sized. If you are interested in getting this figure and don't mind some minor errors with the paint job, I do highly recommend getting this. You definitely won't regret it. Well, that's it for my review, you guys. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/legendantihero. You can follow me on Instagram. My username there is legendaryantihero. And you can also friend me on Facebook, facebook.com/legendantihero. Well, that's it for my review, you guys. Goodbye.